Hi ladies. So this is going to be a video that is strictly the how-to for the 4 projects for Maggie's Product Spotlight for the month of May, and that's all that you are, is the stamp set. Okay, I didn't think I'd really care for the stamp set so much, but I'm really enjoying using it. Gives me a great opportunity to color and make some pretty cards. So let's get started. This is the first card, okay, and we're using the Butterfly Designer Series paper, which, as you know, came from the Celebration catalog. So this paper is not available any longer, but it's just so pretty. So the only thing we're using from the All That You Are stamp set is the greeting over here, okay, but definitely use this image here. Use this image here for the inside or for the envelope. I think it'll be really pretty. So this card, the parts and pieces that you have, piece of Blushing Bride, it's already cut and scored. The piece of white cardstock is for the inside. And you've got some layers here. The black layers with the DSP for the outside. Okay, and then you're going to stamp your greeting, and then in order to get this black above and below on the white, all you do is take the black tag that I've given you and cut it in half. Put some adhesive on both sides. Now, obviously, you want to stamp this first because otherwise it's going to be an uneven surface. All right, and you're going to go ahead and just glue the black onto the back. And whatever amount of black you want to show is fine, but whatever you do on one side, you want to do on the other side as well. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then it's popped up with dimensionals over here. I did give you an extra tag. This is the story label punch, but in case you make a mistake, I gave you a second one. Then you've got the butterfly that I've already punched out from the Butterfly Gala paper. And you have a piece of wire. Now, in order to get his little antenna on here, okay, what I did is fold the wire in half, and then using either pliers or using a pokey tool or even a skewer, anything round, you're just going to go ahead and grab the end and turn it. Okay, and then pull that out. And the same on the other side. All right. The current butterfly in here is colored. I colored that with blends, and the blends that I used, where's my little note? The blends I used were Flirty Flamingo and Highland Heather. All right. And all you do is you take this, and it might be a little long. You might have to trim it down before you do all the turning, and just adhere either a piece of tape across the back, or I just took a dimensional because I wanted to stick it up on the tag anyway. So that was that. Okay, you can see that, and then the dimensional is on the back there. All right, the tag is also popped up on a dimensional, and then inside here I have nothing, but you've got a white sheet, and then you can decorate it any which way that you want. All right, so that's card number 1. All right, card number 2 is, I'm going to take the cello off. I think it's got too much of a glare. So this is card number 2. And you've got all these parts and pieces. Okay, there are 3 pieces of white cardstock in your kit. All right, the larger one is for the inside. The second largest is to layer on the DSP. Okay, and then the third one is to go ahead and stamp and pop up these extra flowers and leaves. Okay, now when you go to stamp this, I stamped it in Memento Black, and I colored this with blends. You can easily use a blender pen, colored pencils, a blender pen with crayons, even regular markers. But lately I've really gotten hooked on blends. All right, so that flower is stamped on this piece, which is the second largest. And then this is your scrap for cutting those extra pieces out. You have a piece of trim. This is an old border punch that we had, but I thought it was just very pretty. And then you've got a piece of ribbon to make a bow. All right. And then on the inside, I put the thank you and I stamped the flower like I was indicating you could have done on the previous card. All right. And don't forget to stamp your envelope as well. All right, so that's card number 2. And by the way, this is Calypso Coral as your base, right? All right, the blends that I used on this card were Poppy Parade, Granny Apple Green, and the Daffodil, okay? Next, moving right along. All right, this card is a little different, and it is a pocket card. All right, so this is just like a little note card, and you're going to go ahead and stamp. I stamped with Smoky Slate ink, and then I used Flirty Flamingo as my blends with Granny Apple Green. Love Granny Apple Green. Okay, the cardstock here, when you fold it in half, and then you'll see there's an extra fold here. This piece gets folded down. All right, and let me just get my, sorry. Okay. All right. So you're just going to go ahead and use a bone folder or something to just crease that down. This piece of DSP gets adhered down here, okay? And you've got this one in your kit. I ran out of this one, so that's why this is a little different. Plus, this is a little short. Yours is a full 5 1/4. Mine is not. Now, to keep this down, all you're going to do is take your twine, which is the silver and the white, which I love, and it's a very long piece. Okay, just hold it and wrap it around twice, and then you're going to go ahead. I find it's easier to tie a knot and then tie your bow. It just makes it, from shifting around all over the place, makes the bow that much easier to tie. Okay, so that goes like that. You're going to stamp the white. There's a white strip in your kit, and you're going to go ahead and stamp that, and that gets glued down here. Okay, and then your card goes on the inside. Now, if you find this is a little snug, then just trim this down a little bit, just maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, depends how tight you are on your ribbon here, but it should fit just perfect. All of these pieces are the same width. They're all 5 1/4, so it should all match up. Okay, that's pretty even without the stamping. Okay. You also have a diamond in there to put inside to adhere. Well, you've got 3 of them to go ahead and put them where you'd like. All right, so that's card number 3. And finally, card number 4. Oh, by the way, that card I colored, as I said, I stamped with the smoky gray, and then I colored with Granny Apple Green again and Flirty Flamingo, if I didn't mention that before. All right, so this card is a little bit more masculine, and I've already I've already embossed this flower in white for you. And I've already embossed the happy birthday, but I gave you an extra black in case you wanted to emboss something different on there. Okay. So you've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, the thick cardstock, and you've got your white layer, and you have your gray granite layer. Okay. As I said, oops, there you go. That's what you'll see. You'll get it already embossed. Now to color this, I colored it with an aqua painter. Okay, an aqua painter, and then I used the ink from the inside of the lid. All right, so I did it right from here. You want, because you're going on regular cardstock, you want to keep this very dry, just very, very little water. So thin this out to the color that you want. I'd start light and just adhere a little bit of color inside here. You don't, as I said, you don't want this really wet because it'll just soak through the cardstock. All right, so just a little bit of color. This can also be colored with markers or pencils or crayons or anything else you want. What's really neat is with the embossing, it holds the color in, so you won't have any bleeding. All right, I would go through, do all the first layer of color first, light, and then after it dries, you can go back and add more detail. Okay, remember to clean your brush between colors. So on this one, I used crushed curry and pear pizzazz for my leaves. So I only did the 2 colors here. All right. The twine that you have, it's a little deceiving. You're like, Linda, why'd you give me 3 short pieces? So 2 of the pieces just get wrapped around the card, like so. You want to do them straight. All right. And I just taped them to the back, regular Scotch tape. And then I took the 3rd piece and I just tied a bow right here to the side of the tag. The tag is popped up with dimensionals, okay? And it's also from the stitched framelits that we have. Then inside, I don't have anything. Leaving it up to you. All right. So if you've got any questions after you get your kit, please reach out, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And thanks very much for participating. Maggie and I are truly honored. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.